Coming up on Anna Griffin Creates, I'm going to personalize a little tool holder and surprise HSN host Suzanne Runyan with some of my favorite crafting tools, perfectly organized for her home and studio.
Somehow you've read my mind. Like, this is crazy.
Plus, I've also put together an exclusive bundle of all the items I used today that are available at hsn.com. There's something quite special about sharing this passion. Friendships are born, and great things just happen. When you combine crafting with a community who have hearts of gold, sharing their unique talents, generosity unfolds. There are painters on both sides of my family, all the way through. Mom and dad's side, grandparents, great-grandparents, all painters. And what's so fun about my mom's studio is that she could thrive in the disorganization of all the paints and the brushes and the things, and then these beautiful works of art would come from that chaos. My artistic endeavors, they include a lot of design, so graphic design as a discipline. But then in my free time, when I'm not antiquing, I'm dabbling in painting with all the things that I inherited from my mom. When I'm designing a new card making kit, I'm always cognizant of what the space is like for the crafter. Now, many of us craft at our kitchen table, like I did growing up with my mom. As early as I can remember, we were making things around the kitchen table. And whether your space is a dedicated bedroom to your hobby, or you have, just a desk that you work on, it's important to have everything organized. It's important to conserve the space so that you can spread everything out, see what you have, and you'll use it that way. It's easier to work in an organized space, and I can definitely be more creative. Working with Suzanne has been a real pleasure. She is so enthusiastic about making things. The ideas come out of her ears. She is always sharing what she loves about making things, and she's always putting it in your life. My first show with Suzanne Runyan was a blast. We sold papers right and left. But as I was working on the table, I was making quite a mess. Suzanne says to me, "I bet your craft room is nice and neat and tidy." And I just laughed. I said, "No, Suzanne, I'm a hot mess." She brings that excitement every single time we work together. And I love how she interacts with all of the people that watch the craft shows, right? She's their crafting hero. So one thing I've noticed is that there's a new craft set at HSN. And when we're working in such a small space, it would be really fun to gift Suzanne with all new tools and embellishments and things organized in boxes so that she doesn't have to search on set for what she needs for all of her live shows. Suzanne and I both love the Cricut products, and especially the Cricut Maker. And so I'm going to personalize a little tool holder for her so that all the nibs and blades are all in one place. I'm ready to get Suzanne organized. Come join me. All right, so Suzanne gets crafty meets Anna gets her organized right here in the studio. To create the custom labels that I want to do for Suzanne, I need my Cricut Joy. I'm going to use some permanent vinyl in a lavender color to match the storage boxes, the Cricut Joy pin and Smart Label writable vinyl, and I'm going to personalize the Cricut tool holder just for her. I've also put together an exclusive bundle of all the items I used today that are available at hsn.com. On my iPad, I've picked one of the several hundred fonts available to cut out of the vinyl, and I've typeset Suzanne. And what's great about the Cricut Joy is that I've told the iPad and Design Space that I'm using the vinyl, and it asked me how I wanted to cut it, with or without the mat. And so any of the materials, the Cricut materials that you have in your craft room, they can go right on this mat. And we do have to select from the many different materials that it will cut, and we're doing premium vinyl. And as soon as the machine blinks, it's ready to feed the mat. So from here, we'll actually weed the excess material away from the cut, and we'll apply it to our Cricut tool holder. You weed your cut by taking your Cricut weeding tool and carefully taking away the excess around the cut. And if you get it started, it's going to work in your favor if you go very slowly, especially with an intricate cut like letters. Our next step is to take a piece of transfer adhesive and remove the sticky part from its backer. Lay it over your cut and burnish with your Cricut tool to make sure that the cut is transferred to the transfer sheet. One thing I know for sure is that Suzanne loves her Cricut Maker. And the adaptive tool system has, I think, 13 different tools that fit in the machine. And giving her all the tools in one place with her name on it, she's guaranteed not to lose them. This is the little tool holder that I'm going to personalize. You know, it's very interesting and nondescript. All the tools fit in the top of it, but the base of it is where I'm gonna put her name. And so I'm gonna take the lid off, and you see all the tips for the blades, they fit down inside the tool holder. And we're going to take our vinyl transfer and pull it right off the backer, ever so slightly. And I'm gonna apply this. Let me just make sure I wanna put it on the actual front of the tool caddy. So that's gonna go about right there. Jump over to hsn.com now and search Anna Griffin Creates to shop all the items in the show, plus an exclusive bundle. So it's important to get the name lined up where you want it before burnishing it onto the surface. Here I'm using the Cricut burnisher tool to make sure all the vinyl has stuck down. And we're going to, just like magic, remove the transfer adhesive. And now Suzanne has a new tool caddy. I've collected antiques for most of my life, and I love choosing paint colors and wallpaper and carpets. And when you come to my house, you're like almost overwhelmed by the mix of pattern and color. But you'll also see that reflected in the cards that we make for a beautiful effect. I'm also going to be labeling some craft boxes for Suzanne today using the Cricut Joy. Now, our Lillian craft storage is so beautiful, and I'm gonna fill it with all kinds of fun things for Suzanne to craft with, but you'll notice that the box comes with a placard, and there's a little piece of white cardstock that goes on the inside, and I don't think that looks very professional. So I'm going to create a custom label for Suzanne using Design Space and the Cricut Joy. I've measured the size of the cardstock, which is just over 2 inches by 1 inch high, and I've chosen a font where I'm gonna draw and cut the labels to fit inside the box. I'm choosing Smart Label Writable Vinyl, and it's telling me I'm going to load the black pen. So we open the cartridge, we remove the fine point blade, add the pen to the Cricut Joy, close the cartridge, and put in our smart material. I'll take my Cricut weeding tool and gently lift the edge of the vinyl sticker. Now I could, like I said, put this right on the box, but it won't look as pretty. So I'm gonna take the sticker and apply it very carefully to the edge of the cardstock. Press down. Now it's gonna go right inside my embellishment box. And now I know exactly what's inside. And one of the things about this embellishment box is that this can hold all the things that are left over from your crafting pursuits. Meaning, if you've got card making kits and you've got things that you just don't want to get rid of, this is a great place to put them. So on the inside, the box has two beautiful trays, and they have ribbon edges and they lift out very easily. There's also a plastic sleeve that slides off one side or the other that keeps everything in place as the box moves around so you don't lose your precious small elements. Now the second tray, I'm going to take, you see here I have a nice long slot ready for some embellishments from, like I said, one of my leftover card kits. And I used to use all these little bags and I would keep everything in the little bag. But what's pretty about this embellishment box is that I can add whatever I want to each one of the compartments. And that's really pretty. Now for Suzanne, I'm really decking her out with flowers and gold foil embellishments and ribbons and all the things that I love to craft with, and hopefully she will love them too. Next up is our set of tool caddies. They're tool holders. It looks like a toy, but it's a double-walled system where there are two boxes in one box, and they're designed to hold all of your tools. But for Suzanne, I'm going to first give her some really great pins for her Cricut Maker, and they're gonna go here in the largest box. But I've also put together a little assortment of the most important craft tools for me. If I were crafting with Suzanne, I'd make sure I had a ruler and a bone folder. I'd make sure I had a pencil, my handy dandy craft knife, a scoring tool, a scissor, and my tool-in-one. So that's perfect for her. And last but not least, I have received a generous supply of Cricut tools from Cricut, and I'm gonna put those in the smallest box so that all of, even the tweezers and the spatula, everything can go nice and snug inside that set. Our sturdy die boxes come with sleeves and magnets to hold your dies in a library type fashion. The magnetic part of the die is the black side. The printed side is just so that we have something pretty. And also in the box, we've included a sheet of peelable labels, right? Just like this. You can write on them with a permanent marker and then label each one of the sleeves. To get Suzanne ready for die cutting, I have loaded the die box with all kinds of really fun die sets. And this one happens to be our lucky 3D concentric die set, which is really fun. And you see how sturdy that magnet is? I actually have to move this just to center it. Now, we've included the sleeve for die sets just like this in case the magnet shifted for some reason and you would lose those tiny little dies. Well, now everything's in one place. It goes in the box. Everything is cataloged at your fingertips, and Suzanne is ready for crafting. Now, our last big box of organization is for embossing, just because I've labeled it so. It has sleeves as well, just like the die binder boxes. And we're going to take the sleeve, and here it has two pockets. Now, this was originally designed to hold 5x7 embossing folders.
all in one place, along with any type of small die or embossing border folder that you may have. This is a really great catch-all size for all kinds of things. If you want to put die cuts in here or stickers or letter stickers, this is a great place to hold those as well.
So last night I checked on my Xfinity apps and there was the QVC HSN app. I watched Look Who's Crafting Now with Suzanne Runyan, which was so fun to see. And she was making a wreath and I thought, wow, if she only knew that we were doing this today and I had just watched her, she'd be so happy.
For Suzanne's card, I'm gonna make her a beautiful Art Nouveau inspired card from Salon Nouveau Craft Box. This is such a neat kit. It's already organized, meaning that on the inside, it's a drawer, all the embellishments are there, all the stickers are there, the cards are there, and I just need to find just the right sentiment. Aw, lucky to have a friend like you. I can't imagine a better friend than you. Isn't that so fun? So happy you are my friend. Any one of these will work for her. Let me just put this away and then create something with, this one's embossed with the embossing folder that's in the kit. And there are dies in the kit as well. And so here we've cut a shadow layer with the background of the gold, and then we add that Art Nouveau style right on top. So, so pretty. Okay, this is everything I think Suzanne needs to get crafty. I need to get this shipped off to her because she and I have a video call, but she has no idea all this is coming.
Hey, girl, how are you?
Hey, Suzanne, I am great. I am so excited to be here with you because I got to make something especially for you.
Yeah, you were totally teasing me about that the other day, so it has been on my mind. I'm like, what did Anna in the world did she do?
Okay, so before we jump into the things that I made for you, you shared with me that you had recently moved and you had to consolidate your crafting into some custom cabinets that were designed just for your craft supplies. Do I remember that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I made a really what looks like large kitchen, but the vast majority of it has all my crafting stuff. So I have your tools. For example, my Cricut, I literally had custom made a space for it, so I never have to take it out. I open these two doors and it's plugged into the back. That's how important these items are to me. And to have it all in its place and be able to readily access it has really changed how I even approach being creative. We're all so busy, and when you get those few little seconds, you're like, I just want to make something to be creative. You don't just want to have to dig. And so it's so lovely. I'm very blessed that I don't have to dig anymore. I can pretty much at hand find whatever I need.
Well, I couldn't help but notice that you have a new set for your Facebook Live events that you're actually sitting in, right?
Yes, this is it. We do basically almost every Tuesday night. We do a really fun Facebook Live. It's become such a cool community to really bring those of us who love to craft and love to create and you and a whole bunch of people together. And I totally love that.
So why don't you open the card and then we'll go to your gifts.
I'm so excited about this. I literally been thinking about it for a good week. Oh, it's gorgeous. It says, so happy you are my friend. Suzanne, you're kind, you're thoughtful, you are appreciated, and it's time to get crafty with love, Anna. Oh, thank you.
So what I did, Suzanne, was that I reimagined what it would be like to be you, to not only be at home, but be on that set, the things that you would need. Let's start with what I did for your Cricut.
Oh, stop it. You made me a custom storage case.
Suzanne, that's all 13 Cricut Maker tools. All of them. Be careful with the knife blade. I went into my stash of all the things that I have here at our headquarters, and I was like, you know, the thing that Suzanne would need the most is all those tools, and then to have it personalized, so don't let anybody take those from you. There's some tools that we put together for you in little tool caddies. This is my gift to you. We'll start with the smallest one. It's all brand new Cricut tools.
Oh, you are spoiling me to death on this. Love, 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 love. And you know what, of course, what of these 5, what is your most used and loved?
The dental tool, the weeding tool.
Exactly. This is the one we all covet, is this one right here.
Suzanne, I thought you'd need those all in one place to go with your Cricut Maker tools. And so that's number 1. Number 2, that is the tool caddy you need to take with you, okay, to join me.
Oh my gosh, yes. And do you know what's really funny? I do not have your multi-tool. I don't have a little brushy thingy. So thank you, I love this because I've always wanted it, believe it or not. Somehow you've read my mind. Like, this is crazy.
Yes, I did read your mind. Those are the things that you need on set, I think, because if you're working with all different things, that's gonna get you through whatever it is that you're presenting.
I love it.
The big one is all the colors of the pens for your Cricut Maker. So all the widths, all the colors.
Thank you. I have all the widths too?
Yeah.
See, I have the original pins, right? But they're only the really fine. And because my handwriting stinks, I need to have everything written. So I rely on my Cricut to do a lot of the handwriting for me, right? And I wanted the thicker markers, so thank you. Yay! Oh, I'm so excited about this.
Whatever else needs to be gifted to you from the floor. Let's look at all of it. It's amazing.
I'm trying not to look, so it's kind of a surprise. Oh, this one's heavier.
I put everything in our Lillian craft storage products, and that embellishment box can hold just about anything in the world that you want to put in it with those little trays. This is something, like, you do whatever you want to with this box. I think that if I had to just close my eyes and say, these are the things that I want to have to add to projects, that's what I filled that box with.
Oh my gosh, this is great. All right, here's the last one. This says embossing. You gave me an emboss. What'd you do? Oh my God. Look at this. And you loaded it all up too. Holy moly. Wait a minute. Are those dies in there too? Oh, your die and embossing folder. Got it, got it. Oh, Anna. Okay, why did you choose this?
I have a world's worth of embossing folders, and if I edited it down to the things that I love the most and that it's all organized for you, that you would be more likely to use those things because you can see them, number 1, and then number 2, you can count on that being something that's gonna work with whatever you're crafting on.
One more. Ooh, this one's heavy. Oh, stop it. You nutball. OMG. Oh my gosh, thank you, guys. It's dies and dies and dies. And thank you for the magnetic sleeve to go with it. Thank you. Oh my gosh, girl. These are like a gazillion dies. Love. Oh, you are spoiling me rotten on this one.
Suzanne, it is so great to give you all those wonderful things because you inspire so many crafters to make beautiful things. And now I've given you everything that you need to get crafty.
What a blessed community we have. There's just something about being able to create. And I always say, when it's made by the hand, it's given from the heart. And that, to me, is the essence of what we both do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so well said. I love it.
Thank you for all my prezzies. They're all gonna go home with me.
It was a lot of fun, and thank you for being such a great friend and host and throughout this whole thing. On our next episode of Anna Griffin Creates, join me as I make a very special gift for my friend, Shannon Fox.
Anna, this is such a treasure and such a really important and very special gift. Thank you so much.
To shop the items in the show, just go to hsn.com and search Anna Griffin Creates.